If you plan on going to work in a med spa, try to build relationship while you're already in nursing school. Like, go to those med spas, get a service, do a little internship, get a desk job, something to try to get in there to build relationship with someone so that they already know you, and that when you graduate, so they can hire you easily. The Black Injector here. Welcome to my channel. My name is Mimi and I'm an aesthetic nurse. I will be looking through my phone to go over this. So this video is how this title suggests how to become an aesthetic nurse, or how to get into the aesthetic field as a registered nurse. So first off, what is your credentials? Are you an RN, NP, PA, or a physician? Okay, if you are not a medical professional already, meaning a nurse practitioner, PA, or a physician, you need to go to school first to become whatever it is that you intend to be. All right, I personally will be speaking from a registered nurse perspective. So first of all, what is your end goal? Do you want to become an employee in a med spa, or do you want to own one? If you want to become an owner, I have a previous video titled how to start a medical spa, so go back and watch that one and then come back here. All right, so are you an experienced nurse or a new grad? So if you are a new grad, I would recommend that you go to work somewhere else first, even if your goal is to own a med spa at the end. Okay, so if you're a brand new nurse and you want to become an aesthetic nurse, try to go work. I would suggest go to the hospital first for like at least a year, but you don't have to. If you don't really want to, then I would say at least go work in another medical spa first for 1 to 2 years before you start your own. That's just a suggestion. Not saying that you can do it, but it will be much easier at the end for you. But if you're already an experienced nurse, you've worked in the hospital already, then keep going. All right, first off, you have to do your research to know what exactly does your state allow. I live in Georgia, but I moved from Georgia 2 years ago. I moved from Florida to Georgia 2 years ago. Because in Florida, I think now they might have just changed the rule, but when I was over there, RNs couldn't inject like Botox and fillers, and for me, injecting is like what I'm most passionate about. So that was one of the reasons why I moved to Georgia to start my business here. So here in Georgia, RN can inject, we can do microneedling, laser, chemical pills, IV hydration, weight loss, and much more. So if you want to be an employee, you don't have to worry about anything really business related except like liability insurance, malpractice insurance to protect yourself should something go wrong. But if you can work in another med spa as a employee or as an independent contractor, so you can do a little research on that, or I can make a video about what exactly an independent aesthetic nurse contractor does, what's required and everything. If you guys are interested in that, please comment below and I'll be sure to get that out. All right, so if you want to go work in a med spa, most places requires 2 years of clinical experience. It's not required if you build relationship while you're in nursing school, but most of them are looking for that experience. Okay, so I would say if you plan on going to work in a med spa, try to build relationship while you're already in nursing school. Like, go to those med spas, get a service, do a little internship, get a desk job, something to try to get in there to build relationship with someone so that they already know you, and that when you graduate, so they can hire you easily. If you like what you are hearing so far, please give me a thumbs up, drop a comment below, subscribe. I would truly appreciate it to help my channel grow so that more people can see those videos and get some help. Okay, guys? All right. So yeah, I would say a way to get in there, you can just walk in, you know. Or one more place that I hear a lot of people saying that was very helpful for them is outpatient surgery. One more place, that I heard a lot of nurses said that were helpful to get them into this industry is outpatient surgery, you know, with the plastic surgeons. A lot of them will train you. A lot of people have done it. You could be their aesthetic nurse in the practice. Some of them don't know if they're aesthetic yet. So if you go in there, you're transparent, you tell them exactly what you want to do. Some of them will train you and let you be their aesthetic nurse. And that way you wouldn't even worry about marketing that much, because all you would do is just inject and then, you know, just be transparent and tell them what exactly it is that you want to do. It's easier to transition if you work, even if you're not injecting yet, like if you're in an outpatient surgery with the plastic surgeons, it's easier for you to transition into aesthetics, even in another med spa eventually, because you already have some kind of experience. We don't need to be certified in aesthetics. A lot of people think that in order to become an aesthetic nurse, you have to have some certifications. Not really. If you're already a registered nurse or both, we just have to go get trainings. And I talked a lot about training in my previous video as well. I linked where I went, how much it cost, and all of that. So I would say, but there is a certification that some people can take. It requires a certain amount of hours and experience and all that. I personally haven't even taken it yet because it hasn't been a year since I've been injecting full time, but I definitely plan on getting it eventually. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely look into that. Also guys, one place that a lot of people have had success in getting in is laser clinic. You know, a lot of times you will start doing lasers and stuff, but if you're transparent at the beginning, you tell them you don't mind, you're gonna start lasering people for a while, and then after that you can transition into injecting and so forth. Yeah, like I said, you don't need to be certified, but a lot of time if you're trying to get into those places as well, it's good to invest in yourself and at least get like a basic Botox and filler class. They will give you a certificate, not a certification. They will just give you a certificate that you've taken this basic class, and then they'll be like, they'll think, okay, this person is serious. They invested in themselves, so they'll be more willing to train you. So like I said, you get certificates when you get training, not a certification. When you go to those trainings, they are usually 1 to 2 days. Sometimes the first day is like a theory, and then the second day is practice, hands-on. I've done my trainings over the course of 9 days. Like I said, I gave more details in my previous video, so if you're interested in learning more about trainings, how they goes and stuff, just go back to that video. And then after the trainings, definitely find somebody to shadow, you know. Get someone, shadow them. It will put things more into perspective. It gives you a little bit more practice and things like that. If you do laser training, you do get a laser license, and it expires every 2 years, just like your nursing license. So keep that in mind. The certification for the aesthetic nurse that I was referring to, it's called KENS, in case you want to look it up and see what the requirements are. I think that's all I have for now. That's all the advice I have. If you guys have any specific questions, please don't hesitate to comment below, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. See y'all later.